Hi, I'm Bran, and I love Lifetime movies.
I'm Patrick, and I'm a Lifetime movie expert.
I'm Dan, and I despise Lifetime movies, and this is the Deck the
Lifetime Uncorked podcast. Go. Shake it. Shake it. Oh. You just brush your shoulder
something off my shoulder. You really got it. I felt like I was being encouraged by you there.
Yeah, well, I just say, I won't do that again. I won't make the same mistake twice.
No,
I'll tell you
you
that
should've.
much.
You should have.
What is your thoughts on the brushing the shoulder off,
What are
Patrick?
your thoughts? What are your thoughts on that, Patrick? Not what is your thoughts?
Brush the shoulder. I like it. It's a good move.
Okay, see? Patrick's on board. Why can't you get on board with throwing some dirt off your shoulder?
I think it's mainly you doing it that I don't like.
What?
I think, by and large, I'm pro.
You're brushing dirt off shoulder, but it's not for me.
Yeah, that's right. Fall is about to be here, Patrick. How are you feeling about it?
Falling into fall, eating that candy corn, all that stuff.
Are you a candy corn guy?
Like the great Michelle Williams from Destiny's Child, I do like candy corn. If you didn't know, Michelle Williams likes candy corn.
I was about to say, is that something she likes?
Is that well known, or is that something that you've kind of picked up in passing?
I think us candy corn likers all know each other because there's very few of us.
I'm one of these weird people that's okay with candy corn.
Interesting.
I'm not like big or small on it. Like I just am like.
Patrick, give us the top 3 celebrities that like candy corn.
Michelle Williams is one.
Michelle Williams from Destiny's Child.
Patrick Serrano from Lifetime Uncorked.
Me and I'm sure Oprah loves candy corn.
Yeah,
Oprah.
Yeah,
you heard it here first.
Oprah. So,
Patrick, I know this is an audio podcast. You got a fresh cut though. I can see.
Great.
Fresh cut's looking good, man.
You look great.
You guys, I wanted to get it when I came to town, but my hairstylist is booked out. Okay.
Wow.
How far out you got to book your stylist?
Like 3 months in advance.
Holy cow!
No. So this is like when you leave, you make it situation.
Oh, I've made 2 future appointments now.
Wow.
I'm thinking ahead to like holiday haircut.
Wow.
When's your next appointment? December?
I have one around Thanksgiving, and then there's one like in December before I leave.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because really every 6 weeks or so you got to get a fresh cut. You can't wait 3 months, Patrick.
Yeah, it was summer. It was hard to get in there. Everybody likes the like short hair in summer, so.
That's right.
What are you going to do?
That's right.
What are you going to do?
Something
it's looking good, man.
Yeah, absolutely. It is.
Thank you.
We're talking about what is it? What is this movie?
Die Another Day with a James Bond movie? Wow.
Hey, Dying to Win.
Dying to Win. This is a Lifetime movie network movie, which
aren't they
can
all
you
right?
Explain? No, that's Lifetime channel. Can you explain to me, is Lifetime Movie Network like the equivalent of Hallmark Movies and Mysteries? Like it's like here's where in my mind these movies aren't up to snuff. They're not up to snuff, so we're gonna put them on this network.
Okay, I see where you're going, and I think Lifetime does it a little different. So they'll put the more like ripped from the headlines and more like biopics. Oh, my notifications are going crazy today. Biopic stuff on regular Lifetime. On Lifetime Movie Network, it's more of like the campy murder stuff.
Okay.
Closer to horror.
But isn't this one
campy murder stuff off of Lifetime?
Yeah,
they put it on Lifetime Movie Network.
But wasn't this based off a true story?
Sure. I don't think it was explicitly like this is based on something that happened, but people are in this movie who were living true lives.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Fair
enough. Who's starring in this bad boy?
Okay, so this movie stars Meredith Thomas, who we love.
We love her.
Love Meredith Thomas. It's like, I'm not kidding, guys. This woman was one of the hardest working women during the pandemic in TV movies.
Wow.
I think she did about 12 to 15 movies in 2021 alone.
Meredith Thomas? Anything, do I know her from something?
The only thing you would know her from is Pleasantville. She was in Pleasantville.
Oh yeah, the Ron Howard joint with Tobey Maguire. Yes.
Yeah, she was in that as like a little 50s teen, you know.
What Meredith is she? Meredith what? Meredith
Thomas.
I'm just
Thomas.
looking her up because now I'm very curious as to if I.
But she's on Lifetime a lot, is what you're saying?
A lot, like more than anyone, I would say. She is the person who is in the most Lifetime movies of like this era.
How old is she? Because I really couldn't guess.
I think she is like in her 40s, maybe, but I'm like almost in my 40s, so I don't know.
Wow.
You know, I'm saying like she seems like she would be my friend, so we must be the same age.
Yeah, that's usually how that works for sure. Anybody else of note?
Yes, we have Jacob Taylor, Ernest Pierce, and Mia Dino 2.
Mia Dino 2.
Yeah.
Mia Dino 2. She's new. She's an influencer / gymnast who plays, wait for it, an influencer / gymnast.
Okay, so she actually is doing the gymnast.
She's doing all her own stunts.
She's doing all
is
the
what you're
stunts.
saying.
She's doing her own stunts, and she knows about social media.
Is this her first movie, or has she had to use these skills before?
One of her first.
This is a very specific skill.
It does sound like maybe she didn't have much skill in the way you asked that question.
Well, no. I wouldn't. No. There's a heavy emphasis on gymnastics in this movie, and they show her doing a lot of gymnastics in this movie, and I just assumed that that's kind of her bit, is she does gymnastic movies.
And it's also got to be obvious when you see a gymnastic movie on Lifetime where you're seeing the actor's face with all the stunt. Like, it's got to be obvious that this is her bit, right?
Oh, yeah. It was like the casting call was like, gymnast / actress wanted for Dying to Win.
Gymnast in all caps, actress in very lowercase, right? Yeah.
Right. And that's what we got.
That's what we got. You get what you asked for.
Shall we dive into it, Patrick?
Yeah, I think that's all the pre-stuff we need to talk about. So let's jump into it. So the movie starts.
Were we supposed to play a sound?
I don't know. We should. Let's get into it.
Let's jump into it.
That's on me. That's on me. I didn't. That's on me.
You're right.
Yeah.
There needs to be a sound when we do the movie, like a whoosh, something like that. Okay.
Yeah.
So we have an Olympic gold medalist / celebrity dance-off winner. Her name is Jessie Wagner, and she's
Jessie Wagner.
Yeah, she's like very famous. Like, think Simone Biles.
Okay.
Yes.
Like that level of fame. But
wow.
like, yeah, I think that's an accurate description. She's
and
not.
She's a big deal because the movie starts with her doing a live stream on Chit Chat. There's going to be a lot of chit chat in this movie.
We're going to be chatting about Chit Chat quite a bit.
Yes, we are. And right when she goes live, like immediately, she has 56,000 viewers. Like immediately. It was
impressive.
An immediate.
It's impressive
Pop, and it didn't dip. It stayed. It stayed right there.
Yeah, I mean, well, because what she's doing is she's like saying goodbye to all her followers, and it appears that she either jumped off the cliff or threw her phone off the cliff.
Yeah. She is saying, I'm done with this, can't do this anymore, and then off the cliff, the phone goes, and so you don't know if she's also off the cliff.
Can't believe Chit Chat didn't pull that.
No, well, the Chit Chat, I mean, I'm sure they tried after they found out, but you don't know when someone's going to jump. You don't know.
You never know.
Or throw their phone off the cliff. They don't know. Chit Chat's pretty, you can do whatever you want on Chit Chat.
Well, yeah, and Chit Chat's for the young folks, so this makes sense that's where she is going. Chit Chat obviously is a ripoff of TikTok, which is interesting because our actress Mia Dino was kicked off TikTok.
Whoa! What was she
real
kicked off
life.
TikTok for?
Spreading misinformation is the general thing, I will say. And I'll leave it at that.
I had a feeling that's what it was. She thinks Bigfoot's real.
Yeah.
Bigfoot's real. Well, Listen, you go to these gymnastic competitions. You're there till late. You walk out of the gym. You see Bigfoot. You try to tell people.
And
unlike Chit Chat,
standards and practices at TikTok will not mess around with Bigfoot talk.
That's exactly right.
So, it's like art imitating life. Like, this girl knows about social media. She is using it to her advantage, which we will see later. Okay.
Yes, we will.
We cut to 1 week earlier because this whole movie takes place in a week. Jesse is doing all the gymnastics. This is our first montage, which we get the exact same montage later. The exact same.
So this is like a okay. It's like the opening credits of a live stream show. So like this live stream show, which takes place, I believe, also on Chit Chat. Correct, Patrick?
Yeah, it's the Katie Moore show.
The Katie Moore show. And the Katie Moore show starts with this like package of her doing of Jesse doing gymnastics, and it's the same one we see I think 2 more times to kick off the show. But you know what we find out about the Katie Moore show is
what?
It is the second biggest show on the internet.
On the internet.
The second biggest show on the internet.
So they've taken the metrics of every show on the internet, which I want to be clear is all of them.
Right.
It's all shows. And they have decided that hers is second.
It's the second biggest show on the internet.
Man.
It's second.
What number one is? Stranger Things?
No, number one is Us.
Us,
exactly
of course.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly right.
Yeah, it's like a candy corn ring.
And Katie does her. She is trying to get to that number one on the internet.
Coming for that number one spot.
But they start off the show with, "Welcome to the Katie Moore Show, the second biggest show on the internet," which is an interesting way to start your show.
It's cool brag, bro.
Yeah, cool brag.
Like, just don't do
that. But good.
You
good on
gotta
them.
you gotta play to your strengths. And Katie Moore is a kind of like a Wendy Williams type.
Yes.
Like, she's a hard hitting journalist. Like, she does a little bit of nice at the beginning, but it's like very surface level, and then she like goes for the hard hitting questions, which are. And this is how I do all my interviews when we get to interview Lifetime people, which isn't often. The questions I ask is, why did you kill your best friend / biggest rival in a car crash?
Right.
Yes.
And also, why do you think you deserve the gold medal because your best friend was better than you?
Yeah. Wow.
And then also, why are you not coming back for season 5 of Celebrity Dance Off? Were you kicked off the show?
These are hard-hitting questions, Pat.
Because, well, in Katie's defense, Jesse's over there trying to act like she is going to be on Celebrity Dance Off. And Katie's like, "I've got the inside scoop. They haven't invited you." So this is some dirty stuff. And Jesse doesn't like it.
Sounds like some gotcha journalism.
And her mom, that's Chit Chat.
Oh,
Her mom really doesn't like it. Her mom is backstage, and she is absolutely furious.
Seething, steam coming out of the ears. It was giving me a lot of like Dina Lohan and Lindsay Lohan.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Fair.
And so she gets off. Jessie gets off the show. She walks backstage. Her mom is like, "That I can't believe she did that. We're never doing that again." And then you know what she says? Second place is just first loser.
Not again.
Yeah.
We already did this.
Second place is just first loser.
This is the cheer thing all over again.
Well,
That's
right.
exactly right.
And it's odd because I didn't know this was a saying that people said a lot, but I have heard this so much lately. And like, I think it's in Pitch Perfect also. There's a line
isn't
in
there
Pitch
some
Perfect?
version of that in like Ricky Bobby? If you ain't first, you're last.
Yeah.
That's what it is in Ricky Bobby.
Right. But
I've heard second place is first loser my whole life. Not from my parents or anything, but like I've heard it as a saying, but I feel like Lifetime at this point is
They're just
self-plagiarizing. Like it just seems like it's rampant.
Lifetime just discovered this, and they're like, I heard this really cool saying. They must be like me.
Yeah.
put in all the scripts ASAP.
Yeah. They sent a reply like an all company email from the CEO.
They're doing an all hands
Second
meeting.
place's first loser should appear no less than in 60 scripts this year.
I mean, it could be. They had Hurricane Rebecca one Christmas season. So
that's right.
That's true. That's true. But her mom is pretty crazy. She they get in the car and she starts going on the highway and she gets up to 100 miles per hour, just ranting about how second place is just first loser.
You
And
said
she
Dina Lohan. That's all I needed.
She wants Jesse to say, "I'm a winner. I'm a winner," and then she slows down. So her mom's doing great.
Yes.
Yeah. But
healthy stuff.
her mom got her to where she is.
That's right.
This type of parenting is what you have to do to have a child star. Okay.
There's no choice.
The proof is in the pudding. The
Right.
results matter.
That's right.
Exactly. So if you're out there parenting and you want to be raising your child to be a star, pressure is how you do it.
I want a parenting advice show from Patrick Serrano so badly. Just so much do I want a podcast where you just rail on parents about just how bad a job they're doing and tell them how to fix it, and it's all wrong. I think it would be great.
Oh, yeah, but it's like a call-in show, and
Yes,
they call in,
yes.
and I'm like, here's what you do.
That's
Totally.
Right. No, I think it's great. That's great. And you hang up on them. You're like, next caller. You act like it's live. You do a full bit. I think it would be wonderful.
I love it. Yeah, that would be great. I think I should do that. Okay, so Dina is the mom's name. She has a hunky boyfriend. His name's Tom, and he is making wings at home for the girls, right?
Yep.
And the secret ingredient to the wings is ginger. I thought that was interesting.
Ginger chicken wings?
Yeah, that's the secret ingredient. Because
it can be a part of a good chicken wing.
No.
But just straight ginger flavored chicken
the
wings?
secret. It's
the secret ingredient. So he's throwing a little bit of it in there.
Little bit of ginger in every wing.
In every wing.
Yep.
Spices it up. Gives it a little kick.
I guess.
I found out.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, I'm going to try that. I never would think ginger on wings, but yeah, and Jesse's like, this sounds so good. And her mom's like, too bad because you're not eating anything. You had a big salad for lunch.
Right.
Oh, my gosh.
Second place is first loser. But you
Dina
know what?
Lohan
Our guy, what's
take
his
a
name?
hike.
Tom? Is it Tom? The guy?
Yes, Tom.
Hot Wing Tom is not so
I
later
did see
on.
Hot Wing Tom live, and we can talk about it later, but it was magical.
Later on, Hot Wing Tom brings her some wings secretly in her room.
Secret wings.
And we get a weird...
That's true love.
Yeah, we get a weird thing that happens here. Tom's like, can I come in? She's like, yeah, you can come in. He's like, I brought you some wings, but also I'm madly in love with you, and they kiss.
Dude, is there anything more romantic than hot wings brought to your room, though?
From your mom's boyfriend? No. But it all ends up, it's a dream.
In my defense, I missed that part.
Yeah.
I thought Tom was above board.
No, Tom's not above board here, but he is
No.
above board because it's actually all just in her imagination.
Oh, thank
She's
goodness.
having a fantasy sequence
About
of
Hot Wing Tom.
wanting to kiss her mom's boyfriend. Hot Wing Tom.
And to be fair, Jessie is 21. It is explicit. She's 21.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all above board here.
Hot Wing Tom's above board.
Again, Hot Wing Tom did nothing. Just to be clear,
Yeah.
so he is absolutely above
did
board.
bring
But
the
even if he
wings.
wasn't
He did bring
above
the
board,
wings.
he'd be above board. Yeah, he did do that.
Even if he wasn't above board, he'd be above board.
That's exactly right.
Nicely done.
That's exactly right. That's all
Yeah.
I'm trying to say.
Yep.
Shout out to Hot Wing Tom. So clearly, she has a thing for
Hot Wing
Tom.
Yeah.
So while not eating wings, Jessie down some pills. She's like a pill popper, and she obsessively exercises in her room.
Yeah.
And then she makes a post on social media to make herself
Can you
feel
believe
better.
Can you believe what what's her name said?
Katie Moore.
I'm gonna be back better than ever. Blah blah. And she's like, this is gonna make me like people they're gonna love it. And she starts getting blasted, Dan. People are like,
haters.
that was so funny. And she falls, her follower count goes down below 1 million.
Oh, below 1 million.
It's
And she's
so
like,
embarrassing.
I can't tell my mom.
If second place is first loser, then 8th place is ninth loser,
That's so true.
7th loser. Went the wrong way.
yeah.
My bad.
And going below 1 million, I mean, that all your
Just quit.
sponsorships are gone at that point. You can't do anything.
The three of us, all three of us been over $1 million for a long time now, right? Like none of us have that.
We would never drop below, but if we did, it would be
It'd be over at that point.
Yeah, when we see each other, we do like the Millie handshake, and we do
the Millie handshake, and we could. That's off. Obviously, we don't do it now, but it's a thing we do for sure.
Yeah. So Diane eventually finds out about Jesse dropping below $1 million, and she's like, you know what? We can't sustain this business. I'm firing the manager.
That's right.
This is terrible.
So, it takes over $1 million to sustain a business. Whoa,
well, there's a bit of a thing here where Dina, whatever her name is, she's like, we're really, we're barely making it as we are. Like, I don't know where all their money is going at this point. And it's like, we're barely making it as we are. We can't drop below $1 million. Blah blah. We can't do this. And so she like fires the manager, Cooper.
Get out of here.
Oh yeah.
And Jesse's not having it. Jesse's like, we can't fire Cooper. Cooper's basically family. And Mom smashes this glass down on the counter. Glass shrapnel
with her bare hands. Like,
yeah.
Oh my goodness.
It's kind of like you smushed a paper cup, except with glass.
Right. Except with glass. Glass shrapnels go everywhere, and one of those little things, don't worry about Mom's hand, she's fine, but one of those little things hit Jesse right in the cheek.
The old cheek.
She starts to bleed.
Oh my goodness.
And her mom, you see the regret in Mom's eyes, but that it's too little too late. Second place is first loser.
That's right. Loser walks.
And Jesse runs away.
Can I stop you? Can I stop you right here?
Sure.
I feel like we're only 15 minutes into this movie.
Oh, we're only 5.
You're right. You are so right. Like,
but hold on, things.
Okay,
we're gonna pick it up.
It seems like we've done a lot here.
We're gonna pick it up.
No,
but it doesn't seem like we've done anything. You know what I mean?
You are right. Like the first 20 minutes is jam packed. The rest of the movie is, you know.
Give us like 10 more minutes and we'll be done, Dave.
I don't know where to be. I just want to get an idea how far along we are into the actual plot. Because like on the bell curve of TV movies, I feel like we haven't even gotten to the bleh yet. Right. But we've been talking long enough to where we're only on the bleh.
Well, let's get to there. So she runs away. She goes to Cooper's house. Cooper's like, come on in. When you're here, you're family, basically. And she's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this happened. Coop's like, you got to go do some things. You stay here and just do whatever you want to. To which she downs a bottle of pills, drinks a whole bottle of vodka, and she goes clubbing. So she's handling it well. She's handling it like I think all of us would.
And again, she's doing the Lindsay Lohan thing. This is her spiral, okay?
It's a spiral.
She goes to the club. Bran, you didn't say the club because that's
on me. Hey, guys, that's on me.
That's how you say it. You got to say the club. You're not going to
the club. That's
you're not going to the club.
Yeah, you get mad at me for throwing some dirt off my shoulder, but I'm
club. Sorry. That's on me. That's on me. But she does go.
Yeah, she orders a double vodka neat, which I thought was hilarious.
To a guy that looks. She's like she sees this guy and in her mind she sees Hot Wing Tom.
Hot Wing Tom.
She has a full, another one of those like this.
To Hot Wing Tom.
This is Hot Wing Tom. Hot Wing Tom's here, so she invites Hot Wing Tom, who's not actually Hot Wing Tom, to dance with her, basically, right?
Double vodka tonic.
No,
neat. Vodka neat. So it's just vodka in a glass.
Just straight vodka.
Just double vodka.
Double vodka neat. Let's dance, Hot Wing Tom.
And she's like stumbling drunk at this point, obviously, and
it's not good.
Paparazzi take photos of her dancing with the bartender,
not Hot Wing Tom. Yeah.
So the next morning, she has an Uber of shame. But her Uber, like her address wasn't updated, so she gets dropped off at her parents' house, and she's like,
so embarrassed.
Not this house.
Right. And while she's there, she's like, I got to go in and grab my phone.
Yeah.
And stuff.
She stumbles out of the car and she finds Hot Wing Tom and Dina Lohan murdered.
Murdered, Dan.
Murdered.
Hot Wing Tom
and Dina Lohan are murdered?
That's right. Hot Wing Tom has been tossed.
Oh.
Out.
And fried.
It did.
Yeah. And I was sad because I was like, I thought Meredith Thomas was the star of this movie. And this is just compliments to her as an actress. She'll take a big part. She'll take a little part. She'll do whatever do whatever you want.
You don't get 15 movies during COVID by doing all big parts,
No.
Patrick.
If you do 15 times 15 days, the math doesn't work.
It doesn't work. We can't do it.
This is still in the first half hour?
Yes.
First 20 minutes.
Dina, Hot Wing Tom are out of here.
Out of here.
Sheesh, what's going to happen, guys?
Wow.
I know.
Thank you for
I know.
asking. Thanks for asking.
So the cops come and they're so over it. They just like ask a bunch of questions.
It's like this is just another
It's best when the cops are over it. I've said that for
We've
years.
seen so many Hot Wing Toms that die like this. Like this is old hat. Like whatever. But you are famous, so we will kind of look into this basically.
Yeah, like reluctantly look into it, and they are basically Jesse has an alibi because the paparazzi pictures are out there in the world. So she's pretty much good to go. She moves in with Cooper, and he gives her a tour of the house. He shows her his antique typewriter that he loves. And
does it come back later?
It does. It does.
It's just a sidebar. Okay.
It does come back. And Cooper's like, I'm going to take care of you. I'm your manager and your friend now.
Yeah,
it's good.
I'm gonna buy you clothes. I'm gonna buy you that. Like I'm gonna make sure that you're good. You're good here, pal.
A crying montage happens. Like crying in the shower, all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Like Jesse grieves her mom, just so we get over that really quick. And then there's a brick that is thrown through a window.
Oh my gosh!
At the house. And on the brick, tied to it, is a note.
It says, "She's a brick, and I'm drowning slowly."
I see what you did there.
I'm drowning slowly. Was that Ben Folds?
Ben Folds
Five.
That's right.
5 of them. So
Five Ben Folds. The world would be a better
They're all
place.
felded.
the note actually says, "Don't trust him," and Jessie speaks at her mom. She doesn't care about the note. She speaks at her mom's funeral. That scene, nothing happens.
Cooper's like that was probably a kid.
Probably some kid throwing the note.
Now there is. We haven't introduced. What's her name?
Ooh, sounds important.
Ava.
Ava. So Ava is.
I wrote house manager.
Okay, that is a really kind way. She does everything around
house operations.
Hop over, yes. And Coop is always like Ava, and then yelling at Ava,
screaming at her.
Yeah, and so I think he somehow blamed Ava, clean this up. I don't know, poor Ava just got to clean up broken glass.
Over there.
She always says. We get the funeral, which Jesse does chit chat live.
Yes, of course. Why wouldn't you chit chat live a funeral?
Yeah, and
her
she
mom's
does speak
funeral.
at it.
Yeah. Well, she's not. She doesn't chit chat it. Her manager chit chats.
That's right. Cooper does.
Cooper's
chit chats.
Gone live on chit chat at her mom's funeral.
CooperChitChats.com.
Hey, hear me out. Cooper may not be above board here, gang.
Come on. Why would you think that?
I'm getting a vibe.
If you knew Cooper,
he's very handsome.
But she is spending most of the movie hanging with Mr. Cooper, correct?
I was waiting for that. Yeah.
Cooper.
Yes.
So yeah, so Cooper it does seem a little shady. Yeah.
She gets a call from Katie Moore, and Katie Moore's like, "I'm sorry, I threw you under the bus. I want you back on the show."
Accused you of killing your best friend.
I want you back on the show to issue an apology and make nice. And Jesse's like, "No, I don't want to do that." But Cooper talks her into it because he's like, "It will be great for exposure and to rebrand and all this stuff." And while Jesse's on air, she sees that, or Jesse's on air with Katie, and it's not going well
on the chit chat.
And Cooper is holding Jesse's stuff, so he sees that she's been messaging the bartender since the night they hung out, and he basically sets up a meeting with the bartender to meet up with Jesse, but really he's going to meet up with him.
Gotcha.
It's a classic double switch situation. But this is once again Katie Moore just trying to get to #1 on the internet.
Yeah,
this is another we think that I think you killed your mom, basically type of interview.
Yeah.
Classic.
And to the point where Jesse Wagner is a murderer is trending on TikTok or Chit Chat.
Chit
Chit
Chat.
Chat.
Unbelievable.
It's a trending Chit Chat
situation. Yeah,
song.
you don't get those often.
Yeah.
So detectives question Jesse. I didn't even write this in my notes, but the bartender gets chloroformed and murdered by Cooper at the fake date.
Yeah.
We
Did
knew.
we all Cooper's hit on Jesse now, right? That's happened already.
I assumed it would happen. It had happened, and I've not seen the movie, so
I don't know if it has yet, but yeah, he does.
Cooper tries to kiss Jesse after giving her a necklace, and she's not having it.
it's the least she could do, though. After he invited her into his home,
And he
became his manager, went live at her mom's funeral,
and he's like, "Sorry, bad timing." Which it is.
It is always.
In Cooper's defense,
Yep.
it is bad timing between her business falling apart, her mom, and Hot Wing Tom dying. It's not good timing.
Going in for the kiss.
It's not good timing. That's not good timing.
It's on him. It's on him.
Well, and she tells him, like, I'm not interested in you in that way. And are you mad at me for not being interested? Like, really like creepy, abuse of power stuff going on there.
Yeah.
So detectives start questioning Jesse about the bartender because obviously she was dancing with the bartender. And now Jesse's like a suspect. But there is a suicide note with the bartender, and it's written on a typewriter.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, the typewriter's back. We thought it was there just for funsies, but no. Who's dumb enough to write a suicide note on a typewriter?
Yeah. But Jesse,
especially if the Hot Wing Tom lookalike doesn't have a typewriter.
No kidding.
No one does.
That seems.
No one's got one but the one guy.
Yeah, that seems.
We also learned with the detectives that there's an offshore account and money's been transferred for from Dina Lohan's bank over a period of time. But Jesse doesn't really realize what's going on. It takes her a really long time. But she does get there because she finds
poor Jesse.
She finds a Team Jesse baseball cap in Cooper's stuff, and she's like, "That's weird. Why does he have a Team Me shirt or hat?" And then she looks at a picture of her and her best friend at a gymnastics competition, and in the background, in the stands, is the hat.
And this is before Cooper was the manager. We didn't even know Cooper.
So this is early on, and they only sold one Team Jesse.
There's only one Team Jesse. That's exactly right. So I know, we know who this is. So she starts to poke around in the house.
Yep.
And
here it comes.
Ava catches her.
Okay.
But it turns out that Ava's on her side. Ava actually was the one who threw the brick.
Trying to help her out.
That's right.
Yes.
You don't want to hang with Mr. Cooper.
You don't want to. You don't want to do that. Don't hang out with him. He's not a good guy.
Take it step by step.
So Ava's like, "Hey,
family matters.
I can get you. Come
on, that's worth something.
It is. I can get you into his room. We can find out where Boy Meets World.
These guys are perfect strangers. All right, let's go. We can move on now. It's all the TGIFs. We did it.
Oh, man. Did you do a Full House yet?
No, I didn't.
It's a Full House. So Ava lets Jesse into Coop's office, and that's where she finds the laptop. She's like, "What could it be?" And then she says, "My birthday." So she types in her birthday. That's the password. And
Team
so
Jesse.
that's where she sees, for the first time, we actually had way more money than we actually had.
We actually had way more money than we actually had, is what you just said.
And I stand by it because Cooper's been taking the money.
Yes.
But then she sees a safe, and she's like, "What's the code?" And then she says out loud to herself, "My birthday." So she types in her birthday. It is also the code to the safe, which is a good rule of thumb, everybody. Don't make your laptop password the same password as your safe.
Yeah, not a bad idea for you criminals out there.
Well, yes, and in the safe is Ava's passport, so now she's not a human trafficked person anymore. She's free to leave, which is great.
Good. That's good news.
You know how when you kidnap someone, you make the safe code their birthday?
Yeah.
It's a classic we all know and love.
What a mess.
Yeah.
So
Birthday.
Jessie
she says twice out loud to herself.
She does.
Birthday.
She accuses Cooper of being a crazed fan and of tampering with her brakes. Like, she confronts him, but then she like runs away and she goes to Katie Moore's studio and she's
That's
like,
right.
She's like, do you really want to be first loser your whole life?
That's right.
Like,
You're only the second biggest chit chat stream on the internet, so you're basically first loser.
Yeah.
Or we could go on together.
And be first winner.
Take the storm by rage.
Yeah. So Jessie goes to the crime scene and she's like threatening suicide on Chit Chat, which is, really problematic. And
This was jump the shark a little bit here. I gotta say, I do feel like there was other ways to, go about this than going on Chit Chat claiming you're going to kill yourself. I didn't see that coming, and I mean I should have because of the opening of the movie.
I knew it was going to get there, but this was like, I've got a knife, and they're like doing the whole like hostage situation, like outside the house talking, and like
the cops show up. They saw the Chit Chat. They show up.
People are there like filming the house for their Chit Chat. Like,
oh my God.
There's one paparazzi guy that I think on 3 occasions throughout this movie gets under the police tape, and the police detective goes back behind the line to the same guy 3 different times.
Well,
so shout out to that guy.
And like paparazzi are so irrelevant at this time, like that they don't even exist really anymore. I mean,
you can't chit chat from a DSLR.
That's
so.
right. Yeah.
Yes. So Cooper shows up. He bursts through the police ticker tape and goes inside. And Jesse's like, he's like, stop the live stream, like hang up the phone, get off the phone with the cops, and like he confesses, like he does his whole thing, like I was pretending to be an agent. I tricked your mom into signing me on, and I did cut the brakes that killed your best friend / rival. And we see through a flashback that Cooper hired someone to kill Dina Lohan and Hot Wing Tom.
Hot Wing Tom, yeah.
And he's going through all this, and then we see in the camera frame a Chit Chat little thing at the top. And
That's
you're like,
right.
What is that?
Uh-oh.
What is that?
Is this being live streamed to Chit Chat?
Oh, they went with the live stream bit again, huh?
Yeah.
Katie Moore is in the house, and she's been recording on her phone the whole time.
Second becomes first now, right?
That's right. Well, I mean,
had to have.
millions. We're seeing millions.
I mean,
of people.
come on. How is it not the #1 show on the internet?
It's got to be.
But then Cooper like literally stabs Katie Moore like like right away. He's just like, no.
I'm sorry.
I know.
They did not think this through. Katie Moore didn't need to come out there.
I did not mean to start laughing. I just didn't see it coming.
None of us did.
No, it really was shocking.
You're on the
Katie
no.
Moore comes out and says, "Ha, gotcha, #1 on the internet."
Stab.
And then he gets the knife and stabs her.
That's comedy gold.
Yeah.
That's comedy gold.
It was
In
great.
hindsight,
It was great.
Katie Moore didn't need to come out.
No,
She didn't need to come out.
No,
You
Shit,
never
not in
do.
hindsight, and even foresight. You didn't need to do it.
They always do in Lifetime movies, and just a note, you never need to do that in real life. Just stay hidden and record it.
Just keep streaming.
Yeah.
Just keep streaming.
going.
That's right.
So they like run out, right? Like Jessie runs away and Cooper runs after her, and then like
They end up
he
in a
throws her in a car.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
That's
don't
the whole
know
thing.
really where the car came from, but they end up in a car, which gets them to
The beginning.
cliff
The beginning of the
at
movie.
the beginning of the movie. That's right. And now is she still chit chatting at this point? Is she still live, or is she go live later?
She is live, and
She is live on Chit Chat.
she basically like,
This is a brand new Chit Chat show we're doing where you get in a car with a killer and you just chat. It's
Just chit-chat.
It's
Yeah.
car Chit Chat.
Yeah.
With a cool, calm killer.
Killer car chit chat.
There is
Killer
a
Card
movie,
Chit Chat is
a
not bad.
scary movie called Spree, which is about like a guy who uses like an Uber type of service to kill people and record it for like social media follows. It's pretty interesting. It's on Hulu. It's called.
Yeah, there's also Stuber, which we saw
what a classic.
in New York with a
did see
lively
Stuber,
theater.
yes.
Lively
Oh,
Lively
cool.
theater.
didn't take Stuber nearly seriously enough, or just serious enough. I don't know. It depends on who you ask. Shout out to Stuber.
Shout out. So Jessie starts her chit chat, and she's telling Cooper that she loves him. She realizes he did all this stuff for her, and she's going to give him a chance. And he's like, great, because he starts talking about, he starts quoting Shakespeare for some reason. And he's like, you know, we're like Romeo and Juliet, hot sex on a platter just to make you sweat. You know that song?
Yeah, exactly
nice.
right.
No. You're crushing it.
And I do want to just
bars,
so that you can kind of see this. So she is like towards the cliff, back to the cliff.
So which is it? Back to the cliff or
She
towards
is.
the cliff?
So she's at the cliff, back to the cliff, but
I got
she's
you.
right up against the cliff. You're Cooper.
Okay, if I have to be.
Cooper's doing the Shakespeare bit. Patrick did so good, I'm not even going to try. And then he's basically like, if I'm going, you're going, essentially. Charges like he's gonna
tackle
like
her
spear her, and they're gonna die
Yeah.
together. But what he didn't think about was that she's a gymnast.
She olays him.
She knows how to jump, so she does one of these numbers.
Oh,
It's like a toe touch.
That was high.
Split thing.
Toe touch, pops right through those
wasn't.
legs. That's not what it goes through. She jumps over him. He falls to the death.
yeah.
To his death.
To the death.
She
To his death.
she leapfrogs him.
Leapfrog.
A simple way to say that would be leapfrogging.
Yeah. He falls to the death.
Yeah.
He does. And we get like, you know, what are they doing now type of thing. And Jessie has...
What do you mean, like an epilogue?
Yeah. A little like up.
Okay.
And just to be clear, what we don't really get here is the beginning of the movie.
No, that doesn't happen at all.
What does not happen in this movie is her going on chit chat, talking about suicide and jumping off a cliff.
Yeah.
Does not happen in this movie.
Good gosh.
Doesn't happen.
What a mess.
Yeah.
But she does go back on Katie Moore.
And she
wrote a
wrote a
book
book.
about being addicted to like. She went to like social media rehab.
But that's the title.
And,
That's the title of the book, Addicted to Likes.
Yeah, addicted to likes.
What a-
That's exactly
what a
right.
great
And
title.
You know what? Katie Moore says, last question. Do you own a phone? Big chuckles from everybody. And she's like, yeah, I own a phone. It no longer owns me.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah,
Roll
it
credits.
was. You know, yeah. She's all about self-love and uplifting young girls, and she coaches gymnastics
Exactly right.
now.
Great.
And that is Dying. What is this called?
Dying to Win?
Dying to
to
win.
Win.
We did it.
Wow.
Man, I know what part of the show this is, and you can still introduce it, but it's a big fat put a cork in it for me.
Well, yes. So at this time, we either pour it up or put a cork in it. Pour it up means you love it, or put a cork in it means you don't like it. So, Dan, why are you corking this movie?
This sounds like awful. It sounds like they rev up the plot for 20 minutes. They do nothing for 50 minutes, and then it doesn't make sense for the last 10. And I don't have any use for it, and I wasn't going to watch it regardless, but now I'm definitely not going to watch it. So it's a big fat put a cork in it for Dan.
Yeah. Okay. Wonderful. And your timing is so accurate. Of like the
And that's credit to you guys, because I feel when we do this, I always feel like I know what minute mark we are in the movie, which is how I watch all these movies. Out of 84 minutes, like I know roughly what minute 43 is supposed to look like. And so that's you two. You two are the reason that you guys get the credit there.
hey, you know, we do what we can. Brand, what do you think then?
I do also have to put a cork in it. You know I don't like that.
I know.
The reason why I asked about Lifetime Movie Network is because this felt like such a lower quality movie
Than a normal
Lifetime channel movie. And so that's disappointing. I gotta say, I would have been. I was pretty like when she did the thing where she thought she was kissing Hot Wing Tom, and like she has a crush on her mom's boyfriend. Like, I don't know. I was intrigued by that. And then when Hot Wing Tom died and it just turned out to be Cooper that loves her, I got out a little bit more. As
she really wasn't having an affair with her mom's boyfriend, I was out.
That's exactly right. I'm a big Hot Wing Tom stan, and I think everyone knows that about me. So unfortunately, it's a cork for me, and I think it's the first cork in our journey of Deck the Lifetime Uncorked. And
you definitely put a cork in one of the Christmas ones last year.
Oh
yeah, I may have.
Christmas, yes. But well, and I am also going to put a cork in it because I agree.
There it is.
Usually I say, like, for a Lifetime movie, if it is the first 20 minutes and you are into it, it's going to be a good ride. But this was, like, too good in the first 20 minutes. Like, it was, like, so much was happening, and, like, Meredith Thomas was, like, ripping the scenery off of her acting, and it was like, this is great. And then you can't sustain that. It's unsustainable. So
it's unsustainable.
It got super boring in the middle, and then the end absolutely made zero sense. And, like, it was so... We already knew everything. There was no mystery. I mean, not that I like mystery movies, but, the guy, like, admitted...
You don't like mystery movies?
Well, not like a mystery, like Scooby-Doo.
I don't know what's happening right now.
Patrick doesn't, guys, he's putting on the record. Patrick doesn't like real mystery movies like Scooby-Doo.
Have you seen Knives Out, Patrick?
Oh, I do like that one. You're right. Okay.
Okay.
Maybe I do. Maybe I do.
So mainly you don't like Scooby-Doo is what it comes down to.
Yes, Scooby-Doo.
Okay.
Not for me. Not for me.
Scooby-Dooby-Doo, not for you.
No, definitely not. Yeah. So usually this had like a real gymnast in it. You'd think this was like something that I would be so down for, but it just wasn't there for me. So I think it's a unanimous put a cork in it for all of us.
It's a unanimous cork. Saw them live,
yes.
guys. We did it. Congratulations. Big exciting times are coming up. I think the Christmas schedules are going to be out shortly.
Definitely
we'll
by the
start
next time
doing
we
some
talk.
Lifetime preview shows.
Yeah.
Which are going to be big fun. So lots to look forward to, Patrick. But it's always great to chat with you and talk through a movie. It's always a big blast for me.
I know. Always so fun. And, even if the movie's not great, we still have a great time.
As
Absolutely,
always,
we do.
Of course.
To everyone out there, I hope you have a wonderful day today. And until next time, may we be the first to wish you a Merry Christmas.